string. So this is gonna be kind of a weird video because a lot of you are like, "Where's the stream? You normally would be streaming Valkyria Chronicles today." But I'm gonna tell you right now, my energy isn't in it right now. The energy definitely isn't in it. It is nobody's fault. You hear me? It's nobody's fault. But it's my fault. It always has and always will be my fault. When some people come in here, this is very haphazard and off the cuff, but I'm always in a mood, always feeling brand new, feeling like the king of the tube. I'm always in the news. Everybody's playing by my rules, but I'm gonna hit you with that rule. Everybody's cool, but they don't play about rules. I just keep fucking with you, 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 do 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 do. Mhm 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 mhm. Dun 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 dun. Gonna clean out the shed. Guess that means we're a flashback episode. Hey, here's my second Blu-rays. Remember those? No, so let me give some context of what's going on. Normally today, I was streaming Valkyria Chronicles, but I'm gonna be real with you, I haven't really felt like it. And the main particular reason why I haven't felt it is because I've been working over the weekend on this shed. So to give context, when the storm came and hit Georgia and various other parts of the world uh, last year, around this time last year, it was like late September. I think it was around like September 20th, around that time. We had a hurricane come by. The hurricane came by and destroyed everything, and as a result, shit just kind of got fucked up entirely. Now you can kind of see above me, some of the trees are leaning, even the ones over there, from the residual damage of the inherent string. But one of the things I never fixed was the shed. So this is the remnants of the old shed. You can even see my neighbor's shed over there fucked up because, once again, it was kind of a low priority. We were like, hey, is the house fine? Is the power lines fine? Those things were fine, so we kind of let it slide. So I bought the materials for the shed a while ago, and I just never fucking put them up. Oh, you think you slick, Visharu or Vishnu? Vishnu think, yeah, he's slick. He think I'm gonna fall for one of the oldest tricks in the book. Anywho, so if penguins went to war against humans, who would win? Um, it depends. If we're allowed to have weapons, then humans. If we're not, it's a little bit more debatable. Depending, I would still overall say humans, but it's gonna be a harder fight. If we got weapons, we mowing them suckers down. If human technology is allowed to flourish, then yeah. So essentially, what happened is, when the storm came and it destroyed the shed, I was getting things fixed that were damaged. I don't know if you'll get. I don't know if you'll get a. I don't know if you'll get a shout out. Cyber Eagle 2025. I don't know if you can get a shout out. But essentially, I never put up the shed, but I bought the parts for the shed. So over this weekend, I've been slowly putting the shed together because this thing is a process, and you're actually supposed to do this as a two-man job. I think as a two-man job, this is only supposed to take like, what is it? This is only supposed to take a few hours, but because it's just me, and because I had to figure this shit out because I've never put a shed together before, I've been slowly chipping at it and making a decent headway, all things considered, and that's what it was. So as a result, what I'm currently doing is I could either work on this shed, which unfortunately I'm gonna be real with you guys. Thank you for the Samit. Thank you for the love and support. I appreciate it. But essentially, due to me working on this, I've been incredibly tired. I haven't really done any walks. Actually, I don't think I've done a walk since that Friday. I did that big back stream, and I've been focusing on this for the most part. Just to give you context, thank you for you're a comedian. So I've been procrastinating. So I've been slowly working on this, but of course, when I have to stream, it kind of makes the process slower because I get off and then I gotta eat dinner, do all that full thing, and then a few hours later I gotta get ready for the stream. So it gives me a very limited amount of time to work on the shed the way I want to without having to start and stop. Plus it gets dark because the majority of the day is gone. This is all the parts of the shed I have yet to put up because I've been doing a lot of starting and stopping, and as a result a lot of things just haven't really gotten done the way I wanted it to. um, Obviously tonight I was supposed to stream Valkyria Chronicles, but I genuinely just don't feel like it right now. Between working on the shed and trying to get this stuff clean out of this sunroom, because this sunroom's had this stuff in it for at least a good 6 to 8 months at this point, and it's genuinely a problem. We're now hitting the 1 year anniversary near of the storm in general. I think it's about time we properly address the shed. Now, as much as I would have originally wanted this to be a video stream about me working on the shed and video recording it, I don't have a good setup for this camera and a way for me to read the chat consistently. The only way I could do that is if I somehow figured out a way to hold the camera in one thing. And the problem is I was thinking of this tonight, so the thought came too late for me to be productive. But long story short, just to give a little quick another look, the shed is in progress. We've made some headway, but we're not gonna be able to really do anything. It's too dark. It's starting to get dark now. It's just too late. So I still wanted to give you guys some content even if I wasn't streaming. So I'm still gonna do something. There's a couple things in the house I could probably do with the shed. I just can't do like the major screwing on the rest of the brackets that I haven't done yet. But most of the core stuff I've done. There's a lot of tree damage over here, like a decent amount. Oh, I have hiccups. That's not good. Nope. Oh no. Anywho, it's about to get dark, so I want to show that first before we go on the walk. What's up? What's up? Press forward. What's up? PF. PF play button. Oh nope. Unfortunately, the hiccups are still here. God damn it. So the stream of this will mostly consist of me walking. I'm going to be walking in the neighborhood like I normally would do. And then I might end it with me being slightly productive with shit stuff. I cannot do a handstand. Where did my waters go? Oh, that's one of them. Hold on. Whew. Should be good. If not, I'm going to be incredibly pissed off in a little bit, because I'm going to go walk and not bring it with me, which means I'm just going to have to deal with the aftermath of having a freaking hiccups while walking. But I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go do walk and then potentially work on the shed in the house, because by the time I get back, it's probably going to be dark. It's like almost 8 o'clock right now. And I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, it's already getting dark. just from the last 20 minutes. So I'm gonna turn on the porch lights on the back. We're gonna walk and talk, and then try to be a little productive. Depends on how I feel at the end of the walk and talk. You make any good money fixing computers? If you're talking about my core job, yeah, I make good money. But if you're talking about uh, but if you're talking about just fixing computers on the side, no. I want you to understand something. Everybody wants you to fix computers, but only a handful of people will actually pay you for fixing computers. Hence why it's incredibly hard to get a job. And I'm not saying it's hard to get a job, but that's why most people who get into computer stuff don't get into computers. They get into cybersecurity and cloud because those things have genuine finances in them. The noise you're hearing is the sprinkler system. My neighbors have their sprinklers on. Unfortunately, when I do this walk again, it's going to be kind of redundant for you guys because essentially this walk is going to end with me in the dark walking back. But it is what it is. Essentially, I didn't feel like doing a gaming stream tonight. I just wasn't mentally in the right spot for it. That it's nothing with the game. I feel bad because Valkyria Chronicles is the game I want to finish. But still, do you enjoy fixing, tinkering with hardware or computers, or dealing with software and technical issues? I prefer the hardware to a degree. I think the hardware is cooler. For some reason, me getting my hands into things has been a lot more rewarding than I would say doing just the bystander software stuff. I'm not saying I don't like software stuff. I like coding, but the problem is it's a rule in life you have to. Do you want a job that pays well, or do you want a job that engages? Not get both all the time. There's usually some sort of you have to make somewhere, and the question always turns into Windows. The question always turns into what you're willing to trade, what you prefer more, and what you're willing to sacrifice to get what you want. For me, Windows. I prefer Windows. For me personally, my current job is probably the closest I'll get to being a job that's low key, but not unimportant, but also engaging, but not too taxing. It's not perfect, and it definitely has its days where I regret my life decisions, but for the most part, I generally enjoy what I do, and that's always great. The problem is when it comes to jobs in 2025, people are struggling financially, so it's kind of hard to be picky with what you want. Most people at this point are just like, fuck it, I just need to make some money. If I can make good money, then I'll figure the rest out from there. Because people always say would they prefer to be rich with the worst job you could have, or poor with the best job you could have. And as much as people want to say they'd rather be poor with the best job they could have, they realistically want to be rich. Because here's the thing. If you're rich, what more than likely that means is you could afford to just stop working depending on how much rich you are. Being a millionaire for a lot of people will be enough to get people to stop working. Because $1 million can stretch you a long time if you're responsible. And if you're not responsible, then you've screwed yourself either way. But the point is that you have the choice. I also realize this thing's probably going to glitch out in a minute because, yeah, I'm cutting out because I'm walking away. It goes. There we go. Okay, I should be fine. It's something I forgot to do, y'all. So, fun fact about something you probably had to do, which is cut off my Wi-Fi on my phone. So what happened is it connected to my Wi-Fi, and then it was on my Wi-Fi when I started streaming, and then as I started walking away from the house, it slowly lost connection with my Wi-Fi. And now that I've completely disconnected from the Wi-Fi, the stream is probably back to normal now. What kind of crack you cooking today, boss? How many LBS, or how many pounds are you slinging? Too damn much. Too damn much, Goki. So to reiterate for those who are just now joining the stream, because this is technically who's my favorite gaming content creator. I don't really have a favorite specific gaming content creator. Like, do I watch gaming content? Sure, but I don't think I have a particular YouTuber I consistently watch. I rotate between some that I used to watch to some I'm just now watching to some that I watch occasionally. Like, give you an example. AVGN was a hard obsession. I was never into Nostalgia Critic, but I was into AVGN a lot. When it comes to so for gaming, AVGN was like one of my standards. And then you got people like, damn, that dude, she has a lot of Amazon packages on the front porch. Fun fact, you'll find out when you live in a neighborhood, like DoorDash type of delivery is so common that at this point it's just an unwritten rule that motherfuckers are just gonna have shit on their couches. I mean, on their front porches all the damn time, regardless if it's a good idea or not. They're just gonna have them. Maybe she has a lot of Nintendo Switch too. No, I don't think that is overly prevalent right now. There's been a lot of rumors actually recently that we're gonna get a direct in, I think, next week. People are saying around like the middle of the month. People are leaning towards the 12th for what I've seen so far, and there's definitely potential for that. I really hope this dog isn't out. Every time I walk past this yard, I hate it, because if the door's open, there's a high chance the dog is either at the door or in front of the door. And I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said, I think I've said it before, I don't mind people with pets, but what I hate is when you have a pet that you don't keep in the house that is not trained. It's almost like you're asking for a problem to happen. And they always want to say the same shit. Oh, they're so well behaved, they wouldn't hurt a fly. And then they expect you to trust them off of face value of an animal. Because not only do I have to trust you, I have to trust your ability to train a pet. That's how I trust you as a person. Doesn't mean I trust your ability to train a dog. Just because you're great at flying planes doesn't mean you can drive a tractor truck. Those are two different fucking things, and vice versa. But they always say it up and down the hill. They'll be like, "Oh, and just trust me." I gotta trust you. I gotta trust your training, and then I have to trust that the dog took the training, and that the dog, and then I also have to trust that the dog in that moment isn't like, "Fuck it, we ball," and just said, I'm gonna bite him anyway, even though I've been trained well and I understood the training, and I'm well behaved 99.99% of the time. All these good factors, and shit can still go left. And all I'm sitting here questioning is, how the fuck did my life end up like this? And the answer is, I have no fucking idea. But we'll figure it out, right, guys? We'll figure it out. Life is an enigma. It's all about questions and answers. Now, there's a couple walking with a baby. Huh. Interesting. I figured it was too late for that. And I'm just a guy walking, talking to myself. Bogue. Oh, no, not Bogue. Oh, no. Bogo's bent it, you villain. Lord almighty. We gonna be alright. Yeah. I hate it when dogs bark over and over again. I don't think anyone really likes that. It's just a natural part of owning a dog. I feel like if you're gonna be a dog owner, you kind of have to expect that you're gonna be inconvenienced in such a way that you're gonna be like, fuck. Well, that's a part of the dog thing. That's why I hate when people get pets, because these things are expensive. People are like, I want to give you an example. My favorite animals are rabbits. I love rabbits to death. But I also recognize that, one, rabbits are naturally skittish animals, so it's not easy. Yeah, rabbits are naturally skittish animals, so it's not easy to take care of them unless you realistically are at home a lot and you rabbit-proof the house, which just then turns into hiding. Your cable management has to be immaculate, essentially. The other issue, though, is they're also expensive to take care of, and then you're talking about a life expectancy of an animal that you'll more likely outlive easily. But a lot of people get pets because they're lonely. Loneliness is a dangerous thing, bro. It makes us do crazy things. Like you have the people who buy robot and AI girlfriends because they're lonely. You have people who create alternate personalities and are slowly going crazy because they're lonely. It's not like these things are what people want to do, but you cope with situations the best you can. It's essentially doing the everyone's so creative meme, except with your life. Because you're just trying to cope. Where are the snow bunnies, bro? Bro, chill out. Most of the people who live in this neighborhood I've noticed are either married with kids, and their kids are either grown. I think I've seen more grown kids than I have seen little kids. Also, to be fair, you really wouldn't see little kids because little kids wouldn't come out like that. Well, not little kids. Maybe like, I've seen some 7 and 8 year olds, but that's about it. And really only from a couple of households. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do the Halloween thing, man. The money grind has been crazy this year, trying to get stuff done. I keep telling myself I want to do like a home ownership video and talk about just the experiences with owning a home, being a first time home buyer, and buying houses that have work needed on them, because it's a different experience. You did it again. It's funny that as much as Orion roasts me for being late, it works out. Bob, I am not. Who is that? Gabo maniac. Some people would say, oh, that he's saying manic. No, he's saying maniac. You know, I know he's saying maniac because people always messed up my YouTube name when I was called the Game Manic. Every time someone did a response video or a video response or just referencing me in a video, it's always the Game Maniac. Well, you know that YouTuber. What's his name? The Game Maniac? I'm like, bro, that is not my fucking name. Someone left the light and the fan on, so I can't tell if they're living in there or not. This is one of the few neighborhoods where I'm a little surprised the casualness of having their shit everywhere, but that's a choice. We're almost halfway done with the walk, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to take part of a galactic fighting tournament? No, I gotta earn that. First off, if I can't lose weight, I damn sure shouldn't be taking part in no tournament. What am I, stupid or insane? This house is starting to come together. It's been crazy out here.
How are you?
Good, you?
No, good.
Good. See, we got kind neighbors. We still have dogs. There's a couple of dudes out here who have dogs who, for the most part, watch their animal pretty well. Hello. Good, how about you? Yeah, it's peaceful, not too hot. Exactly. Dang, someone left trash on the phone. Ooh, what happened to there? But yeah, we mostly, things are cool. His real name is Marcus Ruby. That sounds familiar. Going outside is both boring, to be honest. It's not the most entertaining thing in the world. But human beings are social creatures, so we more survive off of the interaction than anything else. Even introverts like myself hate being outside, but we at our best tend to do better, engage with people. Even we do. It's just not as much. I think a fun thing that I mentioned is that even though I like hanging out with everybody, including my friends, we all met up in DC earlier this year. I think it was around like, who was it? I think we met in February. It's kind of a retread of DC. Like, oh hey, we haven't been to DC in X amount of years. let's meet back up, because that was the first time I met like Tyrone and everybody. Tyrone, Richie, Polly, Nessa, KG, and so we met up together. And even though we're cool and we've been friends for years, I still had my moment where I kind of got socially depleted and said, I'm going, I gotta go chill out. So I think it was Friday or Saturday night. I think everybody kind of partnered up to do things. I think Tyrone and Richie went to go see Captain America Brave New World. I think it's Brave New World, not Brand New World, Brave New World. I think Nessa and Polly went to go do, what was it? Nessa and Polly went to go do like a DC tour, and then, who was it? My eye. And then Dean and Kevin went to go see like a wrestling thing. And although I had the option to join any of those pairings, I said, you know what I'm probably gonna go do? I'm gonna go back to the hotel and chill. And I think it's just because for me, my battery is a lot lower to deal with that kind of stuff than other people. Some people are just naturally social. But that doesn't mean, I wanted to make sure it's perfectly clear, that doesn't mean I don't want to spend time with people. What that genuinely means is I like spending time with people, but just not as much as everybody else would say. He'd be like, sometimes you gotta take time for yourself to change your battery. Absolutely, absolutely, Goki. That's why I like going off alone during trips with people. I tell them to never wait for me and just do what they want. Well, you gotta realize when you're dealing with different personality types, it's hard to tell people that than it is to just follow that thought process. And it's mainly because some people are the exact opposite. Extroverts love being around people. So if you're with somebody who literally gets more energized hanging around you while you're the opposite, it's a conflict of interest. And then I've been running into this thing recently, and people let me know how y'all think about it. People being in small pairs, being in these small groups where you guys do things and engage with each other and have fun. Some people like that. And that's enjoyable for its own appeal. Are you walking a dog, sir? I think you're walking a dog as well. God fucking damn it. Everybody over here has dogs, bro. It's not even that I've been attacked by a dog. The worst thing I've had is someone's small dog was left outside and it chased me like once. And that was the worst thing that happened. But of course, trauma rips open old wounds. And I've always been nervous around dogs, so I hate every time we do walks, I gotta talk about dogs. But that's just the nature of doing streams outside. And that too. That doesn't help. It's all good, we're living. But yeah. Sorry. I don't think people realize how much effort it takes. What's my opinions on Gaza? I have none. None at all. Not because it's not important, but I'll be real with you, I haven't kept up with it. I'm not knowledgeable on it, so it's no point in me saying things when it's coming from essentially a baseless opinion without really any fact behind it. When it comes to that kind of stuff, all I'll say is that murder is wrong, like any other normal human being, but that's not really anything nuanced. You trying to get this man canceled? Absolutely. My dad wouldn't pick up our dog shit. Bro, that's like the worst kind of owner for me. Bro, if you had the nerve to adopt and to become the owner of an animal, you are now responsible for all that owner's shit. So we're not gonna play this stupid fucking game of, well, it's his body, it's just natural, it'll decompose in the ground. Not the fucking point. If it's not your yard, You can put as much dog shit in your yard as much as you want to, but there shouldn't be dog shit in other people's yards from your animal because you're fucking lazy. If you're lazy, own that shit and be better. It's already getting dark. This is the joy of walking at night, but we're past the halfway point, folks. And now we're gonna go up this big ass fucking hill that I hate going up. And some of you might ask, what's wrong with the hill, Terrell? Well, it's a big ass incline. It's steep as shit. And as a general rule of thumb, although it's good for the exercise, it's bad for my laziness. So that's what we're doing. We're grinding it out. I think the politics game will always be complicated. And nowadays, we've inserted politics into everything we do, which has created this disconnect. When you put politics in everything you do, it creates this shitty situation where you as a person are defined by who you voted for, or who you wanted to vote for, or who you plan to vote for. And the individual is lost in that. There's nuance when it comes to any Democrat, liberal, Republican. Not everybody agrees with everything that their appointed leader says. Remember, we're just choosing the best out of the two, not the best in general. There are plenty of Republicans who don't agree with everything that Kamala said, but still voted Democrat. Just like there are plenty of liberals who did the same thing, and Republicans who do the same thing with Trump. So to play the game of I'm defined by my party's representative is wild. How you gonna hit a man based off of his opinion, off of his voting choice? Oh, look at this shit. Look at my luck, bro. Look at my luck. The dog is out. God, fucking damn, I hate dealing with this, bro. Because all that fucking happens is that the dog is out and then he comes and attacks me, and then they're like, no, everything's fine. And the answer is it's not fine. It never is. Sorry. I think she understands that her dog can't be trusted. Yeah, okay, cool. She understands it to a degree because she didn't fucking... I think the last 2 times I've walked by and she's seen me and had the dog out, she'll at least take the dog inside. So if nothing else, she's become aware that her dog can't be trusted. And that is intrinsically the problem. But I respect at least the acknowledgement. So we're good. Sorry, I missed all the conversation. I don't have treats to give the dog, bro. I don't even want to play that. I don't have the confidence to deal with that shit, especially for another animal. Do you understand the biggest issue with dealing with other people's animals? People view these animals like their own children, especially if they don't have any kids. They fight for these dogs and rabbits and cats and shit like they are literally their children. And so as a result, if anything were to happen, there are plenty of adults I know who put the dog over the person's life, and no one wants to play that fucking game. And I don't want to play that game. I know, I saw that. So, as you can see, it's getting dark enough now where you can't see me anymore, which is a problem. Even though I'm like out in public, I'm not trying to talk too loud, even though I hate to admit it. There's a decent number of my houses in this neighborhood. They're just flat out empty. These bitches have no people in them. And as a result, it's just really quiet. It's weird because I'll run into these houses that for all intents and purposes look fucking empty. And then you'll see 1 or 2 lights. And you're like, why the fuck does this house have lights if nobody's here? There's like at least 2 or 3 houses that are like that. I'm like, what are these lights for? Because they don't have blinds. They don't have curtains. So you're just leaving the power on for no fucking reason? Why are you doing that? What the fuck is the point? And so then I get paranoid. And I'm like, what the hell happened? But of course, you don't want to be nosy and fucking walk over to somebody's front door and be like, fuck's going on here? Because then you're the weird and crazy one who's doing shit that's borderline trespassing and illegal. So, what the fuck? We're almost back to my house anyway. Probably about another 5 minutes or so. We'll be there. I don't step in dog shit. Luckily, we have a decent path that runs through the neighborhood that we can walk on. It's technically the walking and maybe bicycle path, although it's about to end, ironically enough. It doesn't go all the way outside the neighborhood, but it gets pretty close. It's weird because a lot of the damages from last year are still pretty obvious and apparent throughout the neighborhood. Like, portions of this neighborhood are still royally fucked up. Not royally, but fucked up. Like I said, I'm walking past a place where the house has been torn down. They haven't even built a new house yet. I imagine it's getting harder and harder to see me, so I apologize for that. But hopefully everyone else is doing good tonight. I'm sorry about no Valkyria Chronicles stream. I kind of just wanted to do something different. I'm gonna do a little bit of shed preparation for tomorrow, meaning I'm gonna try to pre-build some things in the house so when that tomorrow afternoon comes, I want to go and work on. Sorry, that's Polly messaging me. Then I can screw them into the shed. But it's pretty dark out here, bro. I'm not gonna bullshit you. But considering it's gonna take me a minute to screw in the stuff inside the house and then move it outside and then try to screw it outside in the dark, yeah, maybe not the best course of action, especially on a weeknight. And I'm feeling hot fire flames. Holler at your boy. We're burning it all down. It's funny because I technically still need to do a Big Back stream on Friday, which we'll see. We might swap places and do Valkyria Chronicles since I'm doing essentially kind of a walk and talk stream. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. The enemy of my weight loss is not even me. Sometimes it's my upbringing. Yeah, I do have a GameCube. Yeah, what's up, Polly? Y'all said hi. She's watching more One Piece and she's asking me about Fisher Tiger because she's in Fishman Island. So to give context, Nessa is about to be finished with Zoe and start Whole Cake. Tyrone is like in mid to late Wano, and Polly's she's in the Fisher Tiger Orihime flashback. So I'll say halfway through Fishman Island, right before she gets to the fights, which I hate to say it, Fishman Island does not have some amazing fights. They're pretty mid, but to be fair, they're meant to be show-off fights. The fights in Fishman Island are really just, hey, look at how strong the crew is now, and look at all they can do. Which I think for what its purpose is, that's fine. Damn, their fucking hose is immaculate. Spraying all the shiatsu. And there's a cat in the road. Hello, kitty. I don't mind cats though, because cats will respectfully leave you the fuck alone. Cat, you can walk near a cat, and for the most part, a cat doesn't bother you. A cat is just like, hey, what's good? You're like, what's good? And then y'all just keep moving, y'all keep it pushing. I can walk in front, like, I have no, that's one thing I'll say about cats I prefer. Dogs are all over the place energy-wise, so it's a fucking gamble. But cats, for the most part, don't go out of their way to fuck with people. But cats are also considerably harder to take care of. But I will say, if a cat likes you, you definitely earned his ability. Oh, you're up there too, man. So you're in 102. You're probably like early 102 still though. If you said 948. That's a good grind though. That means you watched 948 episodes. So that's what, 4 470 something you watched in the course of every year. You watched over 400 episodes a year, and there's 365 days. That's pretty good. I appreciate the dedication. I respect it. So, it's dark out here. I'm just going to show you the situation. There's still all the parts I still need to put up. And the shed's back there that you can't see because it's pitch black. I'll attempt to show it to you outside just to see if it works. You probably won't be able to see anything because I can barely see anything. And it's, what, 8 something right now? It's not even like 9. Oh, you can kind of see it still. That fucking fake window kind of helps. Because it's what? It is 8:18. So it's not even late. It's just, what is this? What is this? I'm working on it. Oh, that is, I want to say that was Spanish, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we're still working on it. So the next thing that's going up is the roof on the roofs. But I'm gonna do prep in the house for that. And also be in an area with proper lighting. So give me a second. Is that Spanish? Habibi Opa. No, that's not Spanish. There's no way that's Spanish. Queriendo. No, it is to go. Let me see if I can read this. Habibi Opa. And you know me, Lucas. And now say a Voltansieger. Yeah. I know ear is to go. To go, no. Medico, which is medicine. E. Now Tava queriendo. No, Ermico. Yeah. Okay, it is Portuguese. That's what I thought. Because some of those words are in Spanish, but yeah, I don't know Portuguese. I've been doing Duolingo for Spanish, so I took a crack at it just off of the Spanish. Oh God, this is gonna be hard to hold with one hand. We're gonna do it anyway, because I'm a man. You're a what? I'm a man. Yeah. And then I'm gonna try to throw this box in the trash after this, and maybe turn on another fucking light. Oh God damn it. This is why I don't know. See, you gotta have some sort of like stick or body cam or something to fucking do this. Because otherwise this shit doesn't work. But we're dedicated, god damn it. So I need to do I need 10 F2s and then 8 F1s and 18. So this one, alright, here's these. I grabbed the paper. Where's the box? There's the box. Out of the box. Out of the box. Take one box. Put it in another. Let's find someone that's longing. Why? Out of the box. Out of the box. And let imagination take it alright. Not tonight. Don't need any hand or silver glue. All you need is a screw, some screwdrivers, the objects of your screwing together, and a little bit of wheel. But no, we're not doing Valkyria Chronicles tonight. Obviously. It's already over. It's already past 8 o'clock. What am I, stupid? Am I dumb? Am I lame? What am I? Gay? Alright, I'm gonna stop. That's wild. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. I'm gonna get canceled. Mom, I've been canceled. Mama, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but then I'm taking it in my closet to pick up the closet. Everybody's fuzzy, fuzzy. Everybody's fuzzy. Oh wait, no, it's redundant. All right. I'm a little weird. No, I had to bring the tablet so I could see the chat because I'm not going to see the chat from this position. Oh God. So, to give context, what we're doing is we're putting the part of the roof together. But this bitch is heavy. So it's going to take me a minute. But it is entirely doable with a little bit of time and some elbow grease. Are there two of these? There are two of these. That sucks. How do you get this off, bro? Alright, so what we need to do is I have the instructions right here of what we need to do. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do these instructions and hopefully put these two halves of the roof with the ventilation in together. So I'm going to put this right here. Oh God. And then put this right here. And see how this is supposed to go. Because according to this, it only should take 2 screws. So it looks like we do this. So it looks like you literally just screw these 2 things together, which is pretty simple. The problem is, I think they're stuck together, and that's the problem. Yeah, they're absolutely. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Eh. This shit's huge, and I hate it. All right. So that's this one. We'll do that. And then we're going to take this one apart. Because there's also 2 in here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright. Put this over here. We gotta do it for both sides, but for right now, we need to just do this. Okay. The metal was bent a little bit. And that sucks. So yeah, it's literally just this. We just do this. Which means I can literally put the other one down here too. I'm gonna take my time. What are you guys saying in the chat? What am I missing? Doesn't look like I missed too much. I have not seen K-pop Demon Slayer, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, intentionally. You know how many people have asked me to watch that, bro? Terrell, you love it. My coworker has asked me. My fucking Nessa's asked me. I think KG, Holly. They're all like, K-pop Demon Slayer, K-pop Demon Slayer. I'm like, listen, I respectfully respect your opinion. I'm just not interested. But everybody wants me to fucking watch it. I'm an anime fan. It's Japan. And I also have a friend who's half black, half Korean, who definitely wants me to watch it. But it's Japan. I'm a weeaboo. I'm a weeaboo, damn it. It's a part of the culture. Oh, wow. I'm holding it over here. Sorry, all I had to get the screws. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to get the screws. I'm not even saying I wouldn't enjoy it. It's just not something that overtly interests me. Like, it's not like I need to go see this now kind of thing. But people are harassing me to go see it, which is pissing me off. Because I'm like, bro, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I just want to sit home and chill. I told myself one day I need to buy myself like a waifu pillow to fit into the old school anime stereotype. Because now that we're all cool with AI girlfriends and shit, it feels like a waifu pillow is like very low key. Like it should just happen just because you ain't doing nothing crazy. It's not like you have a waifu pillow or nothing. Man, I'll go get me a waifu pillow. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Alright, so I really just need to do this. Alright, so we're gonna move this here. Oh god. Alright, let's do this. Oh god, this is not gonna work out for me. It's doable. Come on, damn it. It's always the first one that's a problem because if I can get this in, I'm set. But this is the one that always causes me some fucking problems. So, let's take this and screw it on loosely. We'll do it tightly later, but I need to get both one of them on here so it stays steady. Because right now it's not going to stay steady. So we're going to do some casual hand tightening in order for this to work. And I feel bad because I can move the camera, but if I move the camera, I promise you, trying to do this with a camera in your face is insane. I don't know how people do streams that are like pseudo work projects when like this shit can be a motherfucking travesty. Oh no. Yep, knew it. Come on. I figured the first one would be the hardest one, and it kinda is. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. The problem is this is still flimsy off premise. Like this is not enough. Like this is a start. So, well, look, this is a pretty good base. Yeah, I know. Which is why we brought the drill that can pierce the heavens. Because if you don't bring the drill that pierces the heavens, then what are you? Some sort of faker? A phone? There we go. And then here's another one. This one actually should be already fine. Alright, that works, but it still wants to flap its wings like an eagle, which is concerning. But there's some braces and brackets we're going to put on later. The problem is we still have to do this a second time, so we're going to put this on the ground and slide it forward. Or as some might say, doubling give it to the next person. Alright. Once again, I would love to do a stream of like me just working on this, but the problem is you need a cameraman for that, and that requires money, and that requires me making enough money from this to justify it. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. That's not happening right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Look here. Look, listen. Oh God, this is ass. Oh, can we scoot it over? We can scoot it over a little bit. Can I do this real quick? I just need to get 2 screws out, man. Just 2. I only need 2. I only need 2. Please, I only need. I need one more. Just one more. Alright, hold on. Damn. There we go. Just give me one more screw, please. Alright. Take this one. And put it through the hole. Now take it and put it through this hole too. There we go. Let me take this. Let me screw it in the hole. Please, bro, don't forget me. Think you can take me? Don't forget me, please. Please don't forget me, please. Sorry, y'all. I get kind of loopy and start talking a bunch of nonsense. It's not the most engaging thing in the world, but it's something different, okay? The one thing about YouTube I think people forget is that this shit's all about experimentation. Especially when you're at the bottom. When you have an established style yet, you can essentially do anything you want. That's why it's considered like the Wild West of the internet. This is the land of experimentation and freedom. In some ways, you could correlate this to One Piece. Except the goal to be the Pirate King is essentially the goal of like Moist Critical and PewDiePie and fucking Kai Cenat and whoever else is currently famous for the moment. Alright, that's it. That's the best I can get. Alright. So, that is the first step done. We just had to put this on. These are going on the sides of our shed roof. And now I have to look and see what the next step is. This is a fucking rough challenge. All of this is entertaining to some degree. So what we need is parts. We need a 21, a beef one, a 21 and a B one. Okay. Essentially, we're putting like the bracing on the back. That's essentially what we're doing. Yeah, this is the back bracing. So give me 1 second while I go find the 21 and the B ones. We need 4 B1s and 2 21s, which makes sense because you get 1 big brace and then 2 smaller back braces. So give me 1 second. 21 and B1s. Remind me, Chad, it's 21 and B1. Fuck. Guys, I found it. I found it. Alright, we're done. I'm doing way too much. Way too much. Whoa. Sing. Woo. Make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat, actually. Oh, see you later, Bruce Ward. Like, guys, you guys can ask me questions. I have the chat, like, right here on the tablet. But I need a knife, because this thing has tape around it. And I'm not ripping my hands through nothing. Hulk smash these nuts! Sorry, y'all, sorry. Force it. Bad habit. I'm gonna do better. I swear I'm gonna do better. Whoa. Sing. Woo. Woo. am invincible. Now I'm in. I do the impossible. Now that I'm a man, I can do anything. I'm the man who gets the crown and saves the day. Okay, so I need the point of reference here to know how these go on. Okay, so that part goes up. So it goes up here. So that means it goes like this. Yeah. Goes up. Goes up on a Tuesday. Yeah, goes up like that. Cool. And then the small pieces go like what? Oh, it's like I think it doesn't matter how it goes on. But it goes like this. Yep, it goes on like that. And they're supposed to be facing the opposite direction. The problem here is unfortunately wait, what? Oh wait, no, it's yeah, it's this, my bad. Yeah, it's that. Okay. So the F1s go on this, and then the F2s go on the sides. Yes. So there's three of those. Okay, I'm gonna have to lift this up to do this, and it's unfortunately gonna be a pain in the ass. But it's okay, we're gonna figure it out together. Together forever. Hey Richie, Handy, Mandy would be proud of this. What the fuck is Handy Manny, Richie? Wait, Handy Mandy or Handy Manny? Because I think I've heard Handy Manny. I don't think I've heard of Handy Mandy. Someone in the back told me like, have you heard of Handy Manny because he's Mexican? No. Of course not. That would be highly insensitive and inappropriate. So no. Not because he's quote unquote Mexican. I've heard of it because it rhymes and it's a good TV show. Fuck you. Oh god. This is gonna be rough. I need to turn this around. Ah! There we go. There's probably an easier way to do this, honestly. But I didn't know what it was, so fuck me, I guess. And then they have to go in these holes right here. That sucks. Alright. I need a girl. I need a girl in my life. I need a girl. She's alright. Sorry, y'all. Someone gave me sugar. Got that sugar on my tongue. Okay, I got it in the hole. I just need to. Where's the screwdriver? There it is. I love this shit. We'll do that for now. Because we have to do this a couple more times. For the character development. And the lore. And for all the drills that pierces the heavens. This is the Latino version of Bob the Builder. Yeah, that's crazy. That is low key what it sounds like, though. Bob the Builder, can he fix it? Bob the Builder, no, he can't. Why? Because he has no permit. Fuck! He doesn't have a permit? No, bro, he has no permit. He doesn't have like a license or anything? No. What the fuck? Yeah, I know, bro. It's kind of ridiculous. How can you be a licensed contractor without a fucking license? Yeah, it's pretty appalling, bro. No one in the union's happy about it. Nobody, man. Nobody. Fuck. Yeah, I know. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. Can we do anything? No, bro. Nothing? No, bro. Fuck. I could have just laid it down, actually. I don't know why I overcomplicated this in my head. Some would say, take off the plastic. I would say, no. Because eventually it's going to come off anyway. Through weather. And I'd rather this thing look as nice as possible for as long as possible before that goes to hell. All the drills that pierces the heavens, bro. It's the hardest shit, man. That anime literally is the embodiment of manhood. And if you don't think so, you haven't seen it. I'll just be real with you. It's not that good. Okay, yeah, alright, fine. We move forward. Jeech. Man, don't get me hyped on Gurren Lagann, bro. Gurren Lagann? I still want to show some of the squad that, because not everybody in our group has watched it. And they absolutely need to. There's no choice. Some of them absolutely need to watch it. And I will have to fight some of them to get it to happen. But god damn it, it'll happen eventually. Alright, make sure this is all tightened in. Alright. This should hold together a little bit better now. Yeah. It's still not great, but there's going to be a little bit of flexing. We can't really do nothing about that. But it's okay. So now what we have to do is essentially put these on the right way. What the fuck? And these go on the back as extra bracers. I also think this will be how we connect it to the other side of the roof. So, because this one and that one are essentially opposite sides of the same spot. Okay, so I think these take different screws though. Yeah, because these are just F1s. And these are F2s. Alright, cool. I have F3s in here for some dumbass reason. Where the hell did I put the thing that had all the... whatchamacallit in it? I have no idea what these are for. Actually, I'm pretty sure I do know what these are for, but they haven't told me to use them yet, so... I'm going to assume they're not lore important yet, but they will be soon. Oh, they're over there. Hold on, y'all. I left something important right in front of me. These. Because we have to put these on. These are our washers. Which I believe help with rusting. So it's easier to remove and reattach screws and bolts in case you have to. You always want to put these on for no other reason than to make the assembly and the symbol process smoother for yourself. Because if you don't, well, let's just say it won't be smooth. Alright. It's like a twist tie. It's kind of crazy that humans have found a way to build anything in a very, like, weirdly effective way. Because all this shit is doable. It all just hinges on your ability to be lazy or spend money. That's literally the difference between a rich person and a poor person. A rich person will pay someone to do this job. A poor person could just do the job. The problem is, it's human laziness. People don't want to do all this extra work. They'd rather just have somebody come out and do it themselves. And it's like, oh, fuck, look how easy that was. I could have just paid someone to do it. But there is some level of rewardment that you can only get by working with your hands. That's why everybody humors this shit to a degree. Everybody who pays to have it done has at least done it once, I would like to think. I could be wrong. I could be talking out of my ass actually. On my dumb ass, I probably am. Yeah, I need to light this. There we go. Now where's the thing at? Because we got to screw this in to change the world. Row, row, fight the power. Alright, that's good enough. And now we need to do another one. It's all the way over here. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. I love Boogie. I love the old Francis videos. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. They're super entertaining. Just the God damn it. What the fuck? You fucking douchebag. What the fuck? You're the fast. No, you're the fast. He's the fat ass. Here's the fat. They could call me fat online. How they know you're fat? I don't know how they know I'm fat. But they know, okay? They fucking know. And it fucking sucks. But how do they know you're fat? I don't know how they know I'm fat. Sorry. I feel like this is just me having a Tourette's episode. Oh, god damn it. God damn it! They keep calling me fucking fat online. How do they know you're fat? I don't know how they know I'm fat. I don't know why that line specifically cracks me up. Just the gaslighting of like, how do they know you're fat? Not that you're not fat. You're not fat. You're beautiful. How do you know I'm fat? I don't know how they know you're fat. I don't know why that entertains me as much as it does. Just the weird acknowledgement that like they're both aware that he's fat, but they won't just be like, I'm fucking fat. No, it's just like, how do they know I'm fat? I think they're guessing for the sound of my voice. I sound like I can't breathe. Fuck! God damn it! What's up, Raphael? Who the hell do you think I am? Oh man, communist speeches, man. You trying to make a woman fall in love tonight? What do you mean, my man? Kamina. And the problem is, the funny thing about Kamina, I always thought was hilarious, but I think it's also the point. Kamina, in all intents and purposes, was no one special in the scene of things, in the context of the story himself. What made Kamina dangerous was he's literally the most dangerous thing in a shonen anime. A character whose only goal is to inspire other characters. Because Kamina absolutely was the inspiration behind Gurren Lagann. And if it wasn't for Team Gurren, and if it wasn't for him, Simon wouldn't have became the fucking absolute Chad that he became. So Kamina is the most dangerous member of Gurren Lagann, and you killed him, and killing him was probably the dumbest thing you could have done. So Kamina, just like Simon, isn't insanely smart, but fucking passionate. And there's nothing more dangerous than a man who's passionate about his goals and his dreams, and will fight to the death to protect them. You get a man who fights that hard for some shit he don't have to, and you now have your greatest foe. This man literally changed the lives of everyone he was in contact with. And this man wasn't even alive long enough to really do nearly as much as I think he wanted to. Which is crazy in the grand scheme of things. This man's life wasn't long, and he somehow managed to change the game for a whole world just by being his dumb, inspirational, goofy ass self. And that's why Kamina gets all the bitches. And if you ask me why, you weren't paying fucking attention. You weren't paying attention if you gotta ask me why or how that is. Yeah, that was just gonna spin. I'm actually gonna have to hold it down. Nope. This is not comfortable. I want y'all to know that. God damn it. Come on. Alright, that's it. That's the best we're gonna get. Alright. Then we come over to this side and we tighten up. Straighten up. Show them what we're made of. Alright, cool. One more. God damn it. God damn it! God damn it! Okay. Alright, so this one is done. This is done. I'm glad to have at least 10 of you guys, almost 10 of you guys in here consistently, considering all I'm fucking doing is screwing a roof topping, but I appreciate the support regardless. But the first one's done, so that's cool. I don't know how. I know they said this would be done in like 30 minutes, but the only way that would have been possible is if I was on some like bullshit. I was on some extreme bullshit. Like, is it doable? Sure. It just didn't seem realistic to me. But you know, some people build like this all the time, so this is child's play for them. This is light work, youngin'. Get your motherfucking weight up, bitch. Sir, I'm just a child, and sir, I don't give a fuck. How about them apples? Sir, please. How about you please these nuts, huh? How about that? That's the wrong thing. I need the screw. There we go. Maybe we'll put on the screw this time instead of next time. How about them apples? So we'll do this one. We actually need more than this, unfortunately. Which means I have to rip open another set of plastic washers. God damn it! God damn it! I'm too entertaining, y'all. I'm so sorry, bro. This is how I entertain myself. The one thing about being alone is that you can be weird by yourself, but it does make you seem weird, crazier and lonelier than you may be trying to be. Which, you know, kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of the man you become. And never apologize for the man you are. You're going to have confidence in yourself, young one. Blow them back with your foreskin of truth. What? Nothing. Don't mind me. I'm talking in limericks again. Limericks? What is a limerick? Shut up, John. You're asking too many fucking questions. I think this is probably the worst part of living alone, by the way. This fucking dead silence is fucking eerie. Someone's like, turn on some music. Party, guys. Let's have it balling on. You know why I can't fucking do that? Because the stream. Copyright infringement. I already go to jail enough as it is. I don't want to go for a legitimate for a fake ass reason like copyright. Let me go to jail for arson. Well, first you gotta set something on fire. Give me a match in a dream. I'll burn my couch right now. Why would you do such a thing? Because I'm crazy. Haven't you figured it out yet? I belong in an institution. And then the dark truth comes out. Your favorite YouTuber is just a sad and depressed man who talks to himself. Although I think that's literally most well-known YouTubers and Twitch streamers. They're just weird people who just talk to themselves at home. All we motherfuckers are weird. We've been weird forever. You're just finding that out now? Welcome to the internet, dumbass. This is why people think some of us need to be in mental institutions. Because they're probably right, actually. We probably do need to be in a mental institution. But I don't want to go. Why not? Because I don't want to. I wasn't gonna take the plastic off, but this one's like so far gone. It's just like, bro, just take me out, man. Just take me the fuck out, bro. I think you have watched to live. No, fuck that. Take me the fuck out. Oh god. We're about that in a minute. Let's get this shit on first. If I can get the screw in the hole. Some lady in the corner is like, that's what I said last night. Ma'am, you didn't say a goddamn thing. You're a virgin. It's always funny to me that like the freakiest women are the repressed ones who don't have any sexual experience. But all fuck! I knew gravity was gonna get me one of these days. I just didn't think it'd be on a Wednesday night. God damn it. This is actually the worst part of the process. Getting everything to stay long enough for you to get the damn screwdriver or the drill. By the way, get a fucking drill. Never get nothing against the screwdriver. Screwdriver game can be respected. But man, doing this. Alright, there it is. Now, can we pierce the heavens? I think we pierced the heavens, guys. But unfortunately, we have to do it like 3 more times. Just for this one piece. No, that wasn't a pun. Fuck you. You know why it wasn't a pun? Because I'm not clever. And this is the reason why I can't like do streams and do this at the same time. This is like one of the easier parts. Alright, cool. Now that it's steady and still, this should be a breeze. That's not gonna be it. Nope. Get over there. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's doable. Come on. Come on, damn it. Believe in yourself. Alright, cool. Last hole for this particular piece. The funny thing is, all this is for is like ventilation. Why that one guy in the comments like, is it insulated? No. It's an outdoor shed. Fuck you. Don't ask me these stupid fucking questions. You know, you probably need some insulation. Yes, I'm aware. This thing was like $300 and I had to build it myself. Insulation really isn't a high priority. I'm gonna be real with you. Is it in there? Oh, no, it's not. Fucking missed the hole. Jesus. Shit like this makes a man want to crash out. I'm right there, actually. You know, it might be easier just to lay it down. I think I'm overcomplicating it by trying to have it up while doing this. But I'm trying to be productive. There you are. Now, let's see if I can get it. There we go. Now get you. And then you. And then you. Cool. The screws are on! Oh. That's not a pleasant noise at all. What's up, Sora-san? We're building part of a shed that I'm working on. We're making ProRes, but it's me slowly crashing out. But yeah, I'm just working on the roofs of my shed. I would have showed you now, but it's probably dark as fuck outside. I'm gonna be real with y'all, so it's probably not gonna work out in a way for you guys to see it. And then we have 2 more parts to put on, and then I think tomorrow I can just put these on the roof. Well, begin the process of putting them on the roof and be good to go. In theory. Reality might be a lot crueler than this. Alright, so now we have to do the fun process that is putting on. Where the hell are those metal sheaths at? Oh, they're right here. Woo! So we need to do this. Yeah. Alright, come on. And there goes the thing. Jesus Christ. There we go. Dang it, this is not going to be easy. Already did though. There we go. Come on. Come on. Alright, let's see if this works. Nah, I gotta hold it. Fuck. There we go. Alright, that's one. Where's the other hole at? There it is. There it is. Woo! Alright, it's in there. We're making ProRes, y'all. It's kind of tedious and it can be objectively boring. I apologize, honestly. I hope, I think I just had a moment where I think I was talking and I wasn't talking, which is a very concerning sign of, actually I don't know what that's a concerning sign of, but it doesn't seem like it's a good thing. That's the point I was trying to make. Can I grab this? Let me grab the bottom of this. And drill, man, drill. There we go. That's 2. Ow. Scratched myself on the fucking metal. It's funny, I bought work gloves and then I still haven't put them on, which, you know, defeats the purpose of fucking work gloves. So maybe, Terrell, put on the fucking work gloves. Stupid. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what, me, that's probably right. I should put on some work gloves so I don't cut myself working on this, right? Right? Oh, no, hold on. I probably gotta put this upside down. Yeah, this works. You know, this thing actually lends itself to be easily used. I'm just overcomplicating it in my head, and that's where the problem lies. Try to turn it. You gotta get on there, buddy. For the sake of the world. How are we gonna save the world if you don't get on the fucking bike? Come on. Where's the hole? virgin's worst first time ever. Where's the hole, damn it? Imagine having sex for the first time and struggling to figure out where you go in at. And the woman's just increasingly frustrated to the point where she's like, listen, I'll do it. And then she'll be like, fuck, where is the hole? And then you're like, what? It's like, how could you not know? You know what? I was never on the side of this before. You know what? I completely understand your pain now. Thank you. It's so fucking hard. Where's the hole? And then that woman ends up being your future wife. And then they're like, how was I born, Ma? Well, first thing is, you almost weren't born. Couldn't find the hole. My hole? No, my hole. And she's just like, what? It's like, yeah, me and your father are idiots. But thanks to that experience, I became a lot more aware of my body. Like it was a teaching lesson. All right, good news. We now have both of the brackets. We have all the brackets in for both sides of the roof, which is great. So, woo! Now I have to look at the book and see what the next course of action is. I thought I cut my leg actually because I feel like, what is that pain? I'm like, oh no, it's my depression. I see. I see what happened. I'm just sad is all. Alright. So those are both done. What can we do next? Oh, nothing. If we do anything else, we have to start doing the roof. Yeah. The next thing is literally putting them on the shed itself. Yeah, it's literally just putting on the shed and then closing up the sides. Yeah, it literally is just closing up the sides. And then the last set of things is putting on the roof. Why did they have me make this first then? Oh, because we're done with what we can do inside right now. Because the rest of it is actually putting it on the roof. Let me just show y'all what it's showing me. Because this shit seems kind of stupid in retrospect. So, that don't fit through the door. So this is what I was doing. I was putting on the brackets on the back of the covering, right? The next step is to put it on top of the roof and screw it in, which isn't incredibly hard. It's just that it's dark outside and it's not really feasible right now. But then the next step is to also put on the other side. And then the next step is to just put all this shit together. I guess you know what? This makes kind of sense because you have to screw in these into the bottom of this. Because there actually are holes at the bottom, if you can see them, to screw in those brackets. So as a rule of thumb, the only way we can do this is that I guess that might be the reason actually. Now this side I don't really get. This side I could have done at any fucking point. There is no real reason why I couldn't have done this already. But as far as this side, this makes sense, and that side, well, we're not doing that side? What the fuck? But the point is this side made sense because you can't put on the roof. And I guess when it has you do this side, it's the same thing. But this back side could have been put on at any point. The moment you put on the rod, yeah, because you're putting on two rods here. You're putting on a rod here and a rod here. Wait, what? Where is this rod coming from? Is this rod going in the middle or is it going... I'm so confused. Where is that going? I want to say it's going here. I think it's going here. It's going right here. No, not a love shed. Fuck you. Because the bar disappears after... Yeah, the bar's here. It's here. And then it just fucking disappears. So I'm guessing the bar, they're just showing you the bar. It's supposed to go like right here. At least that's my guess. Yeah, you're taking two halves of a bar, making a full bar, and then I think you're putting it right here. So it goes under this. And then you're doing the same thing for the other side. You're making a bar for the other side, doing it, and then by the time you get here, the bar is already fully down here. Because if you notice, the bar is gone. So that would be my guess. But once again, these are things I can't really do out here. I mean, in the house. I have to do those outside. But as far as what we're doing here, this is done. We have the brackets on and all this stuff, which is cool. Use X amount of screws on the screwdriver, and then the box that it came in. So actually, I can throw that in the trash. One of the cool things about this is as I slowly get all this stuff together, I can then slowly start putting this stuff, cleaning up the sunroom so I can visibly see the progress. That's probably one of the more rewarding things. It's like it's near the front. That might be what connects the roof to the front side. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I was assuming. So we'll leave this in here for tonight because it's not hurting anything. I'm going to go throw this in the trash because there's nothing in it. Well, let me make sure there's nothing in it. Yeah, there's nothing in it. The only thing that was in it was this. And I'm not totally sure what this is for. This looks like you slide in a portion of the metal. I just don't know what metal. Well, I don't come in here. This is like my den room. I don't even have to come in here to get dressed in the morning. This is like where I have the PlayStation 5, my OG Switch, and then a PC I kind of created as a laptop. Like this room does not get moved. This room isn't really walked into much. Unless I'm intentionally trying to walk in here. Give me 1 second. What are these for? They're called number 20. But I didn't see anything for them specifically on the list. Unless I missed something. No. It's not on this page. I see 21, but I don't see 20. Yeah, I see 21. So I guess 20 isn't relevant yet. So what we'll do, either that or I can put these outside, honestly. I might put them back outside because they're really all they're ready to go. I can just start screwing them in. And then I should be covered, actually. So, yeah. Check the page for all the pieces. Oh, definitely. Let's see. And then I think we're on the last set of steps. At that point, all we're doing is putting on the entirety of the shed. And then eventually we have to put on the bracing for the roof. Yeah, we got to put on the bracing for the roof. So we got to do the bracing for the roof. And then the last thing we'll do is the door. Yep. So this is the bracing for the roof. The multiple bracings for the roof, actually. And then this is where I'm going to have to get on the fucking thing. And then I start laying in the roof. Which actually is probably going to be the most tedious part. Because I'm going to have to get up on something in order to get access to put the roof on. Yeah, this definitely is going to take the longest, bro. The roof actually might take me the longest time. The roof alone has like 30 something fucking pieces. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is all roof shit. Jesus. This is all roof shit. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, we won't be doing the roof until later. We still have a couple more things to do before we start really digging into the roof. Yep, there's 20. 20 finally gets used at the very end once you get the roof on. It goes on the very ends of the roof. That is hilarious. So that white piece there goes on the very ends of this. It actually does go like right here. But of course, and then at that point, we're in the last chunk of steps. So we'll have to do the door next. But And this is just door stuff. At this point, the main shed's already built. And then this is just the door. Here's the door. Here's more of the door. Here's more of the door. Here's more of the door. And then we start putting the door on. And then we're done. The door is like another, what is this, like 10 steps? Yeah, the door by itself is 10 steps. And then where I'm at 37. And then I go all the way up to 57 to get finished with the main box of the bulk of it. So, yeah. Hopefully, the next time I bring it up, the door doesn't explode. It's more of just showing you all the parts to the door. Essentially going, here's every aspect of the door. The door might be another stream I do inside the house because I can do that in the house, but yeah. But yeah, that's the general gist of what I've been up to, and sorry for the lack of a gaming stream. Just wasn't in the mood for tonight. I'm trying to be a handyman. No, 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 no. Well, hopefully, if nothing else, this has been entertaining and enjoyable to some degree for you guys. I apologize if it hasn't been. Tomorrow I will be not streaming, and then Friday I might do Valkyria Chronicles to make up for tonight, so that Valkyria Chronicles is still done. It's just done on a different night and a different time because there hasn't been a lot of gaming news anyway to really talk about. So essentially, you'll still get your stream. Oh, my arm! It doesn't hurt, but I'm rotating it because I haven't stretched. Ah. Well, I hope you guys do enjoy these streams, all things considered. But that being said, though, it's late. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Wait, I'm going to bed. And my eyes. Look at my eyes. My glasses are dirty. Back up! But in all seriousness, I'm going to get out of here. I really wish the beard would grow in all the way because this shit's annoying. Look at this shit. I hate this. Here's the begin. The beard's like, this is where I'm coming in. And then it just never comes in. It just fucking sucks. The grind, it hurts so much. It's alright. Well, get there one day. But until that day, life is indeed a game, but a win. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it every day, every single time. And I will catch you later. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Whoa. Peace. Oh. Oh. No.